Hi there, my name's James, and I'm really amused by this last week since I've made a video. I am very impressed by all of you being able to actually pull anything out of that video I made when I was dead tired. Cool. Spencer, I totally agree with you on the whole airplane storage thing, and I thought it was really interesting how you shifted from that to that, and then epiphanies and things like that. I thought that was absolutely fascinating. But the reason why I think that they don't do that is because it gets rid of leg room in the front, so people can't stick their legs out underneath the people in front of them, they can't stick their legs out under the seat in front of them because it would be blocked by that bar holding the baggage. But then again, most of the time people don't do that anyway because their bag has to stay under the seat pretty much at all times. So there goes that theory, and yeah, doesn't make sense anymore, does it? Jeff, yes, I guess I do act sort of drunk when I'm tired, which is weird, because up until a few days ago, up until like a week ago, I had never even seen a drunk person and recognized how they act until I was standing in an elevator at VidCon at like 11 o'clock at night, and the door opened and these three guys walk in and they start talking about how they were wasted. And this being the first time that I had actually ever run into drunk people, like knowing that they're drunk, I was fascinated and I stood there gawking at them in the elevator because it was interesting and I hadn't seen it before, or at least I hadn't thought I'd seen it. I've probably seen it a lot. This is just the first time that I actually knew about it. Brain's nervous system consciousness. I was on Skype chat a couple nights ago with Ron. I hope many of you know Ron. Ron is fantastic. And we were talking about life. He sent me a link to this website and it blew my mind. And you could see the connection between the actual picture of the universe and the cell from the brain. They're so similar. I mean, look at this. Isn't that similar? That's like crazy. I freaked out. I found it fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Like ice cream. Ice cream, first of all, delicious. How did somebody come up with the idea? I want to give them a hug and like an award or something. We as people are so massively complex and we go through so many different things that other people don't. And we associate things based off of memory and experience to relate one thing to the next. For a very vague example, I associate dinosaurs with apple juice, two very unrelated things, yet when somebody says one, I automatically associate it with the other. They kind of go hand in hand for me, even though they're completely unrelated. And I think our thought process is a lot like that. We use association of different things and past experiences to connect the dots in our lives subconsciously in order to come up with these ideas. Like Spencer, you went on with epiphanies, and we developed from that into airplanes and ginger ale. That's one of the things you associated with it, and that was your thought process. The thought process, I think, is subconscious, and it's fascinating because most of the time it's different for every person. Yeah, you're gonna get some mishmash in there where people think the same things after hearing the same thing. What can you associate conscious thought with as opposed to not conscious thought? I don't know. I think the thing I would associate conscious thought most with would be life. Just in general, like the ability to say something is alive, is to say that it has consciousness. No, that doesn't really explain anything at all, does it? The ability to, I would say independent thought is consciousness. I can't even begin to scratch this, guys. What? Independent thought and consciousness, and I think it's all, we're looking at such big things right now, and I think that it is absolutely spectacular that we have accumulated this glorious channel to where we can talk about things like relating brain chemistry and hearts to pictures of the actual universe and talking about streams of consciousness, and then I can go and dump ice down my pants and talk about relationships. I am happy with the way this channel is coming to develop. I'm happy with everything that's been going on here. I'm happy with you wonderful people that are here on this collab channel with me, and I think that this is possibly one of the greatest things that I will ever be a part of. And for that, I say to all of you, cool. This is cool. I like this. I agree. YouTube is fascinating and amazing in the fact that we can do this and talk and be conscious beings on the internet, I guess. That's how I'm relating it. I am happy to say that I am here. I am happy to have all of you here with me. And I am very excited to see where this conversation goes. Spencer, I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.